and it is December 1st, so Merry Christmas month. Yes, hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving, but it is officially Christmas season now, and we at TTD are so excited because we have so many wonderful ideas that we want to bring you to help you celebrate this wonderful and beautiful holiday season. And speaking of which, I am so excited to share with you something I have been working on for a long time now. And this is a gluten-free, sugar alternative ginger snap. Really excited about this. And so, if you want to see how these are made, you just stay tuned. You know, one of my daughters is gluten-free, so I try to do as many things gluten-free for her as I can, and that, of course, means making it wonderful for everybody else too, right? So, it's no fun if you have to give up flavor and texture and yumminess and all that kind of stuff that you love. So, into our thing, and yes, this does call for shortening. You can try a shortening alternative if you want to, but I'm just using good old-fashioned shortening with this one. So into our bowl goes that, and then our coconut sugar, and we're going to beat that until it's incorporated and fluffy. Okay, in goes the egg, and our oven is up to temp. Perfect. All right, now we're going to beat in our egg, then we're going to add our molasses. And guys, remember that when you're shopping for molasses, just check the label. I have made the mistake in the past of getting a molasses that was so dark. You talk about, I don't know if you've ever noticed on the grocery store shelf, you can get what's called a blackstrap molasses. And I tell you what, you talk about strong flavor. I've gotten a hold of some before that was so strong it was kind of like tar, like the taste of tar. And I thought, whoa, a little bit more than what I was looking for that time. I struggled to find a use for that one, as I recall, but that was a few years ago. But I did learn my lesson to make sure I read the labels, because you can get a molasses like this. Like if you go to those fruit stands or farmers markets, you might find something like this. And this is a 100% pure sorghum. And it's going to tell you on here that it's a little bit more mild in flavor. So just look for that kind of thing whenever you're shopping for molasses, because it'll let you know. Okay, all right, so into our oat flour, we have our ginger, our clove, our cinnamon, our baking soda, and our salt. Okay, and you might be wondering, oat flour? Where in the world do you get oat flour? Well, I think you can buy it off the grocery store shelf, but I always just grind my own. It's very, very easy. You're just going to get your gluten-free oats, something like that, right? And you grind it down in your food processor or your blender, or I like to do it in my Ninja Bullet, and you just grind it down till it is just that fine flour consistency. See? Easy, easy. All right, and I've been doing this for years, you guys. Oats grind down so well into a flour. You don't have to have a grain mill to do it. It's really, really great. All right, so we're just going to make sure that all of those spices and soda and salt are evenly distributed throughout the oat flour. And then we're going to start adding that to our creamed mixture. All right. Looking good. Okay, now on to our baking sheet. Okay, now take your 1.5 inch scooper, and remember guys, because this recipe goes pretty quickly, remember to preheat your oven at 350 ahead of time, because you saw this does come together pretty quickly. All right, so we're just going to scoop out with our 1.5 inch scooper onto a Silpat. If you don't have a Silpat, don't worry about it. Use your regular baking sheet. Just give it a very, very light going over with a little bit of your butter wrapper or a teensy bit of that shortening, just a little bit. All right, guys, this tray is ready. We're going to set that to the side, do our other tray. And then we're going to put this into our 350 oven for a full 10 minutes. Okay, now guys, these were in the 350 oven on the Silpat, remember, for a total of 14 minutes. Now, if you've got to keep an eye on them around the edges, if they start looking like they're about to burn, go ahead and just pull them out. But here's the key. You need to leave them on that Silpat, on the baking sheets, until they are completely cool. All right? Then, once they're completely cool, you use a spatula and carefully remove them to a tin or whatever. I would recommend a bit like a tin, something like, a Christmas tin or something like that that you've saved. They keep really well in that between layers of parchment paper. But now that we have them out of the oven, look at that. And it's time for a taste test. Taste test for Tina. That crispiness. So crispy. That spice in there. Warming on the palate. But that texture through that cookie is just wonderful. Like, you can immediately imagine this with a cup of hot tea or hot coffee or even some hot wassail at the Christmas season with a little bit of vanilla ice cream or whipped cream or something like that, or just like this by themselves. Oh, I hope you guys like these as much as I do. And leave me a comment when you try them. Let me know how they worked out for you. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, we appreciate you doing that so much. Leave us a comment, give us a like on that, and we'll see you next time with all of our other Christmas ideas on Things Tina Does.